some people are very disappointed in Uganda right now because of a law that was voted. There's one person, especially an activist in the name of Frank Mugisha, not very happy. He said it's wrong and deplorable that the Ugandan High Court has confirmed the law prohibiting men that lack other, we can't say it, because if you say it, then you sanction. I don't know what kind of world we live in. This is just information, sharing notes with each other. I don't know why. It's just crazy. The law was voted a while back, and many people did not like it. Many people objected. So they asked, as per legal ways, for the law to be reviewed. Now, the court has come back and said, nope, we are keeping the law. What is this law that's infuriating people? It's a law Uganda voted a while back. Parliament of Uganda, MPs sat together and had a discussion. They say, we do not want our people to promote men being with other, and women being with other,
This house will not shy to restrict any right to the extent of the house recognizes, protects, and safeguards the sovereignty of this country, the morals of this country, the cultures, and will always legislate for our people.
Because that's what they believe is good for them. They believe it's their tradition as Ugandans. It's their culture. It's also what they believe as religious people. Let me just remind you here, Uganda has a lot of Christians and Muslims living together in peace. It's one of the fewest countries where, Muslims and Christians, many of them living together, intermingle in the same society with no beef, no situation, no, oh my God is better than yours. None of that Boko Haram, nah. Good, very good. So they prioritize clearly friendship and brotherhood over religion. And that's amazing. That's a good thing. That's a good part. Now, the controversial part is they voted a law that said for any man that want to be with another, he's going to go to jail for that. It never used to be law before until they came together, sat in parliament and decided to make it law. Now, if you are a man and you want to be with another, in public and stuff, you're going to be arrested. Okay, you're going to be arrested and thrown to jail. And if you are a person that comes into Uganda society and you want to promote, you want to facilitate, you want to sponsor those activities, you're going to be sent to jail for 14 years. That's a lot of years.
We will have our morals. We will protect our children. And we are making this law. We are making this law for ourselves. We are making this law for our children. We are making this law for the children of our children. This country will stand firm. And once it passed, I can tell you, Madam Speaker, we are going to reinforce the law enforcement officers to make sure that homosexuals have no space in Uganda.
If in the case you were somebody who's got that, that disease that doesn't have a cure, and you happen to transmit it to the next person through those means, being a man that's like other men, you know what I'm saying? You're a man that's like other, and you have that thing that doesn't have a cure. If you transmit that to somebody, you're going to be put to, that's the law. Is it harsh? Surely it is harsh. It's a very harsh law, as per many people. Do they have the rights to vote their own laws as a country, as a parliament, as a free nation? They do, like any other nation in the world. Ugandans, many experts feel like the reason why they have such a harsh, strong law is to discourage people into those practices, which they deem they feel like those stuff are things that are imported from the West. They feel like it's not endogenous to the country. They don't feel like it's not internal. It's not something natural to them. So they're pushing back. We know that Uganda used to receive a lot of aid, a lot of help coming from Western nations, from America. About $300 million for people living with HIV. Yeah, people living with HIV got sponsored or aid from the USA to get medication, to get all that stuff. Now, as soon as Uganda voted the law and the president confirmed the law, they cut the aid. So no more aid for those people. And again, I said it before, I'm going to say it again. My question is, if the aid was for people living with HIV, why is it an issue now? Why would you cut the money off people that you're helping genuinely? I mean, when do people living with HIV vote laws in the country? They don't vote the law. They're not the one that said from now on this is going to happen. Why are they suffering the consequences of things you should be making lawmakers suffer. That is unfair, I think. You don't condemn somebody else for the crime or the negative or anything done by somebody else. It just makes no sense. Now, many people believe, many experts feel like that money was given to them not because they wanted to help these people living with these situations. It's because it was a leverage for manipulation. It was leverage for decision. So meaning, you're going to be living the way we want you to live. You're going to make choices that we ask you to make. If you don't, you're not going to get this money from us anymore. But in the meantime, let's just cover it up and make it look like it's money we're giving to help people we're living with that disease. Okay, so many things have been done. The European Union, the Parliament in April, sat down and condemned the bill and asked the European Union states to pressure Museveni into not implementing it and warning the relation with Kampala were at stake. So Europe says the relationship with Kampala, which is the capital of Uganda, is at stake because Kampala people are voting a law for Kampala people in Kampala. But European is bothered by that. And because European is bothered by that, their relationship with Kampala is at stake. Now, did President Museveni hear the message? Yes, surely he heard the message. Did he react? Is he afraid of all the things they're saying? Absolutely not. He doesn't give a he does give a no, he doesn't. Why? Because he's a very particular human being. He's a soldier, been in the military for many, many years. He's got his own perspective to life. I believe he's a Christian, and in his minds, those things should not be allowed, should not be authorized. Therefore, nobody's going to pressure him. Nobody's going to ask him to do whatever he doesn't want to do. And as a proof, he took a flight to Russia to go visit the Russian president. Did he do that because it was a necessary meeting? Absolutely not. He did that to show them, if you dare to try push me into doing something, well, I'm going to Russia. It's very simple. You're going to make a rational decision into talking to me like I'm a respectable president, or I'm going to Russia. Now, Anita Onong, who is the president of the parliament in Uganda, got some blows in her face. Why? Because she voted the law. First, she accepted the law, therefore a visa to the United States was cancelled. Some of other Ugandan personnel visas were cancelled. And again, what are the consequences Uganda is going through? Uganda cannot access funding from World Bank anymore. They cannot access that funds anymore because they feel like Uganda is not working like a democratic country, at least their form of democracy, because it's subject to, judgment. Anybody thinks their democracy is the good democracy. Which one is the good democracy? Some people will say, isn't democracy also about letting people make their own choices about their own people? Isn't democracy allowing people to have a voice? Isn't democracy having people to have their own trend of life? And not necessarily having to live like you live by your books. Isn't democracy letting other people rule their own countries and make their own rules and their own nations and take care of their own people? Some people will argue that that's also a form of democracy. We know again that a while back, Uganda pushed back saying they don't want any more second-hand clothes from the United States of America.
Therefore, I have ordered all these government bodies, they must buy these meters from starting 1st of September. So we are going now to stop the importation of second-hand clothes.
Yes, America exports a lot of worn jeans, t-shirts and shoes already worn by people in the US. Basically, this is how it works. Many NGO will tell you we need clothes, paint and jeans, anything you have to help people in Africa who are suffering. Please give it to us, give it to charity. And they're going to take this stuff. They will put these clothes in boxes, send them to Africa, then start selling this stuff. Okay, so this is what they've been doing in Uganda. It's been a massive business selling American second-hand clothes to Ugandans. Uganda doesn't want that anymore because Uganda's got its own textile. But Ugandan textile cannot grow if Uganda still receive very cheap clothes coming from America, second-hand clothes. Why Ugandan textile industry cannot develop? Because Ugandan textile industry need to set a price. They need to sell things with benefits. But it's very difficult to make benefits if you are selling clothes at a very cheap price, which has second-hand clothes. I don't know who came up with this concept that Africans need clothes. Do I look like I need clothes? I mean, look at me, man. Look at me. Man, look at me, man. I look good, man. You see that? I look good. Look, this shit is expensive. I'm not even playing, man. I'm not even playing. Yeah, I'm not even playing. Yes, It's fabbing season. Fabbing season has started, fellas. It is fabbing season. So, great. That's what I'm saying. Africans do not need clothes. We don't. Stop sending your cheap second-hand clothes. We do not need them. We need infrastructure. We need roads. We need trains. We need rockets. We need science. We need technology. We don't need clothes. We already have. Look. You think I live in LA or something? I'm just kidding. So, yeah, that's what happened in Uganda. The bill has been passed. Ghana did the same.
We will serve notice as well that if they replicate same with our speaker and members of parliament, we will also take action against their business interest in our country, because they serve in this country and make money from here and take back home.
They're very angry at Ghana. They wanted to cut things in Ghana, and Ghana spoke very loud. They say, if they dare put their hands in our stuff anymore, we're going to block their businesses here. They're not going to operate here. Thank you very much, fellas. It's always a great pleasure. Let me know how you feel about this. Please subscribe, because I see many of you are not subscribed. I'm Zack. I don't know who you are, but I'm sure we're going to love each other. No doubt. We are the same people. If you resonate on the same, frequency, please come. Subscribe so we can be, happy. God bless.